Good evening, Dr. Vikram.
Good evening.
Dr. Vikram, we request you to tell us about this problem of piles, which is very common these
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
So please tell us about the causes and how this disease disturbs the life and what
yeah,
are the
yeah,
treatment options.
yeah. In Ayurveda, it is mentioned that this is a very complicated disorder. It hurts the person like an enemy,
Okay,
and it is a very painful and condition and very troublesome for the people who are suffering from piles. Sometimes the bleeding causes too much fear in the person. So because of that also, it seldom causes anemia, but still the patient who sees his own blood going through the toilet and he feels very much fearful.
okay.
So it can be bleeding or non-bleeding piles,
Hmm.
but in case of bleeding piles, the person becomes very fearful. And piles is nothing but it's the veins around the anal canal. They become tortuous. They
Okay,
become like wavy. Let me show you here what are we call external and internal piles. Two types of piles are there. This is anal canal.
hmm,
Suppose this is a canal, and in this, if this this is anus,
hmm.
and the veins they are here. You can understand it like this. They are surrounding the canal, and
Okay.
they become, if there is too much pressure in the pipe, in the rectum, because of constipation.
Hmm.
Constipation is the major reason for piles. Because of straining and the constipation, these veins they become tortuous
Okay.
and wavy,
Hmm.
and sometimes they bleed, and the blood comes out like droplets.
Yeah.
So the person becomes very fearful. So these internal piles, they are usually not painful, but the blood comes out in the form of drops, so that puts
Okay.
a lot of fear in the person's mind. And sometimes these tortuous veins they come out, and they may become swollen, and
Hmm.
they may take different positions.
Okay.
So these swollen veins, they can become thrombosed. Thrombosed means they can become uh, congested, and they are very painful and itching.
Okay.
Thrombosed, so they are very painful
Hmm.
and itchy.
Okay.
So all these problems. So this external piles,
Okay.
they are mainly very symptomatic. They sometimes they can bleed, sometimes they do not bleed. Usually the blood comes along with the stool. In this case,
Hmm.
the blood comes along with stool.
Okay. Not
So
drop by drop.
not drop by drop. So, and moreover, it is the external piles, they are very painful and they are swollen. So what is the treatment basically? As I told you,
Yeah.
yeah, you asked me about the causes also.
Yes.
So cause is major cause is this intra-abdominal pressure. When the pressure increases, when there is pressure inside the rectum, and that because of the constipation or maybe because of the pregnancy, this pressure leads to the tortuosity of the veins.
Okay.
And what are the causes of the constipation?
Yeah,
As
that
I
is
was,
the
yeah,
main question.
the diet and lifestyle.
Oh.
First of all, the diet,
Hmm.
eating of fiber. When there is no fiber in their food,
Hmm.
fiber,
Like
fiber
junk food like
like
things.
junk food and things like that,
Hmm.
burger, pizza, and non-veg diet,
Yeah.
and things like that. So they are fiber-free food, not
Okay.
fiber-rich.
Yeah.
So consumption of fruits and natural vegetables like apples and papaya and pears and melons, grapes, all these things should be consumed in quantity every day.
Okay.
Oranges also, they are good for preventing the constipation.
Okay.
So constipation should be avoided at all costs. Straining should be avoided. There is one more thing. Many people, what they do, they read newspaper on the toilet seat. They read the
Yeah, this is
magazines.
very common these
So
days.
that prolongs the time, time on the toilet seat. So for long time sitting on the toilet seat, that leads to straining.
Okay.
Even if you are not putting pressure and you're just reading, but still it is straining. So that straining is also very cause. It's a big cause for the piles.
Okay. So, Dr. Vikram, what is the treatment basically if someone suffers with this problem? So, what are the options available in Ayurveda?
In Ayurveda, there are so many wonderful options. There are so many Ayurvedic medicines, so many Ayurvedic herbs. First of all, as I told you, the constipation should be avoided. So
Mm-hmm.
the cleansers we give, Triphala is a wonderful cleanser.
Okay.
Triphala is three, as the name suggests, three fruits,
Okay.
Triphala.
Okay.
So three fruits, as we have in Vara Churna, Vara means the best.
Okay.
So these three fruits powder is full of fibers. So Vara Churna is what I use in my practice as a constipation reliever and antiseptic, antibiotic, it clears the itching and
Okay.
swelling and also. And I use Kachinar Guglu
Okay.
for reducing the swollen uh, pile mass.
Okay.
I use there is a wonderful capsule I use. It's called pile off.
Okay.
There is a herb called Mimosa pudica.
Okay.
If you just touch it, it will shrink. So
Okay.
it
The
helps to
generally.
shrink the thrombosed veins. It
Okay.
helps to shrink the vein, these pile mass. So pile of capsule I use, Vara Churna I use, Kachnan Gugul I use. There is Sanjeevani Vati I use.
Okay.
Sanjeevani Vati for clearing the ama and clearing the toxins inside, preventing the fermentation.
Okay.
So these various things I use for, and for local application I recommend this Nirgundi oil and Kasisadi oil. These are two oils
Mm-hmm.
which even a person who is not suffering from piles, he can use them.
Okay.
In everyday life one should use some oil like maybe sesame. If you don't have these oils, you can
Mm-hmm.
use sesame oil as a preventive thing. But
Okay.
for therapeutic effects, for the treatment of these piles, one should use this nirgundi oil and kasisadi oil together.
Okay. So, using these medicine, this problem goes away permanently or goes like it's a lifestyle disease, so I think it can come back. But if used these medicine for around 3 4 months, it can be treated well.
Yeah, in many cases it can be cured permanently
Mm-hmm.
because the swollen lymph, this veins,
Okay.
not the lymph nodes. The
Uh-huh.
swollen veins, they can be shrunk permanently. The piles can be cured forever.
Okay.
So, in
So
most of the
improving the
cases, yeah,
lifestyle and taking these
yeah.
medicine is a
So
sure
it
shot
can be
treatment.
cured, not a problem.
Okay.
It can be cured without a problem.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vikram, for sharing such a nice piece of information.
Thank you very much. Thank you.